I wish good health to everyone who visited my site. I hope you appreciate my many years of work and great inspiration. I belong to the generation that picked up the idea of space exploration with unfulfilled dreams. With the collapse of the USSR, healthy competition with the United States stopped, plunging the world into a sluggish routine for many years. Only decades later, the world was shocked by a new player, Elon Musk. I am grateful to him for his determination and self-sacrifice for the benefit of the historical prospects of humanity. To help him fulfill his dreams are my conceptual startups, currently technologically feasible, based on the rocket developments of his company SpaceX. The basis of my proposal is the use of spent elements of the lower stages with their subsequent use in the design of spacecraft. In particular, I propose to use the length of the side accelerators, extending their linear dimensions to the spacecraft connected to it by a rotary connection. I propose a new category of space transport spacefares, which fully comply with this definition, since during shuttle flights they are constantly oriented with the same side to the sun. So, my firstborn, one of 4 designed by me. I called it the Space Butterfly. The ferry consists of 2 identical objects, Crossbow 1 and Crossbow 2, originally docked by me in orbit. The names are inspired by the visual similarity of the object to the ancient weapons of our ancestors. After docking, the structure forms a cross shape and acquires serious rigidity, pressing the tank arms of the centrifuge to the transitional docking nodes. Then the facility is equipped, rebuilt and refueled with cargo and refueling starships. When fully equipped, it acquires the characteristics of a ferry. The ferry is well protected from solar radiation. The electrical current is constantly generated by solar panels, depends on the battery technology and varies approximately from 4 to 6 meg. The current powers the steam and 8 powerful upper stages on the system's plasma accelerators Wajima, such as the VX200, or the not yet existing VX500. Liquid booster engines provide transition from orbit to orbit, as well as braking. Having the opposite arrangement, the boosters provide reverse movement of the ferry. A gravity centrifuge with a radius of 70 meters, rotating at a frequency of 2 revolutions per minute, provides centrifugal gravity equal to the gravity of Mars and eliminates the inconvenience associated with the influence of the Coriolis force. Next, see construction descriptions with posters and animations. For a better understanding, in many cases I did not adhere to the laws of drawing, without making cutouts, but drew posters as if with a transparent surface. This is just a conceptual artistic explanation, albeit relatively scaled in nature. The main thing is that I solve hundreds of related tasks and problems that have not been identified by humanity in this topic before me. And there was no such topic at all. And so let's Let's start with the conceptual design of the media improvements. The first poster. The unified Falcon Heavy is taken as a basis. There are no changes regarding the standard side boosters, but the center stage has been completely redesigned. This is a 3/4 tank of fuel position 15, plus additional fuel tanks position 19. At the bottom of the stage there is a landing support block and a block of 3 Falcon 9 rocket propulsion modules combined into a single bundle arranged side by side. The combination unites 27 Merlin engines 1D position 37, has a unified power and control system position 11. The power of the central stage is equal to that of a Falcon Heavy. The traditional lattice handlebars are slightly increased in size position 8. On the sides of the ligament there are telescopic landing supports position 13, and with 2 standard Falcon supports 9 position 9, they form the landing supports of the central stage. That is, instead of 12 standard Falcon Heavy supports, we left only 2 plus 2 telescopic supports. Not bad weight loss. Above the lateral motor blocks of the ligament and the central stage there are tanks oxidizer supply arms position 4. When completely empty, these tanks are unlocked and gently removed by air cushions from below and pneumatic lifts from above positions 6 and 7. In subsequent projects, I also replaced them with air cushions with cable-type restrictions on the opening angle. At the same time, the pillow, hugging the body of the tank shoulders, dampens the resonant frequencies. The opening angle should be at some distance from the impact of the exhaust gases of the Raptor vacuum engine on the surface of the tank shoulders. Are unlocked. The second poster introduces you to the conceptual design of the overall operating process of the rocket's core stage. Fuel from the main and auxiliary tanks positions 1 and 2, is normally supplied to the engine control mechanism. The oxidizer comes from 4 paired tank arms into the central stage oxidizer distribution tank position 9, and then into the engine control mechanism positions 11, 12. As the oxidizer is produced, the oxidizer intake valves of the dispensing tank and the return tank valves shoulders, position 7 are closed. The tank shoulders are unblocked and gently retracted by pneumatic cushions from the central stage. Next, the accumulated boost gases and air cushions position 15, are diverted until a certain angle is reached, which is temperature safe from the influence of the exhaust gases of the Raptor vacuum engine. In this case, the valve position 13 of the oxidizer landing tank is turned on position 6 and the central stage, having separated, goes into controlled landing mode. The poster also shows a sketch of the conceptual design of the rocket with 11 Raptor 2 propulsion engines, instead of 27 Merlin 1D engines. The sequential process is similar to that described above with the Merlin 1D engines. The rockets are designed to fly not only with Falcon 9 boosters, but also autonomously without them. The third poster is dedicated to the conceptual design of using the central stage to launch extremely heavy loads with the return of all elements of the carrier. The difference from previously discussed systems is the absence of additional fuel tanks and the use of passive oxidizer tanks instead of active shoulder tanks. When the oxidizer tanks are empty position 2, the solid fuel engines are fired positions 5 and 8, moving them away from the central stage of the carrier. Then the parachute system is activated position 7, and the oxidizer tanks are gently splashed down to the launch point of the ocean. The concept design also considers the use of rockets with different engines, both Merlin and Raptor. They can launch scientific laboratories and space hotels with centrifugal gravity into orbit. We'll talk about this further. The missiles are designed to fly not only with Falcon 9 boosters, but also autonomously without them. The fourth poster shows a conceptual overview of the layout of a single crossbow ship. In essence, this is a multitasking designer for assembling devices for various purposes. In a single design, the crossbow has 3 working docking units, unlike tandem ones, which have 2. 2 corner units are located on the sides of the conical extension of the main block. The third is a priority. It has a centrifugal fuel and oxidizer filling unit. Refueling will be given attention in the topic of the same name below. That is, a single crossbow is a refillable device, intended mainly Space Hotel. It, like its sisters and brothers various space laboratories, space medical and biological centers, and so on, are based in pairs on a single crossbow, having similar conceptual characteristics, only has near-terrestrial use. In the future, it will be able to fly around the moon, and if the modernized Dragon 2 is docked to the docking station, then it can be arranged for landing. It has enough capacity for relatively luxurious travel, providing up to 3 groups in each centrifuge arm. I leave the interior to order, at the discretion of the owner. The highlight of the space hotel is the observation deck with a swimming pool, and also the ability to smoothly change the level of gravity. There is an original toilet system.